Imagine with me, if you will, standing in the Egyptian desert just a few kilometers from the legendary pyramids. The scorching sun beats down on the sand as workers carefully remove brick walls surrounding a mysterious vertical shaft. This isn't just any hole in the ground. This shaft plunges 10 meters deep into the heart of the desert, filled completely with sand that has accumulated over millennia. What lies beneath? That's exactly what archaeologist Vasil Dobrev is about to discover. And what we find will absolutely blow your mind. Vasil, originally from Bulgaria, has been excavating in this desert for 15 years, searching for the lost tombs of ancient Egypt. But discoveries like the one he's about to make. An archaeologist can count these on the fingers of one hand. As the workers dig deeper, suddenly a gap appears at the bottom. This is precisely what Vasil hoped for, the entrance to a tomb sealed since ancient times. The moment he descends into that darkness, everything changes. The walls are completely decorated with vibrant paintings. After more than 4,000 years buried beneath the sand, the colours remain nearly intact. This is the stuff dreams are made of. But here's the mystery that baffles archaeologists. Based on the artistic style, these inscriptions were painted over 4,000 years ago, during Egypt's Old Kingdom. Yet they look as if they were created yesterday. How is this possible? The answer lies in the unique conditions of Egyptian tombs, sealed environments where dry desert air acts as a natural preservative. What we're witnessing is nothing short of miraculous. Now let's discover together who was buried in this magnificent tomb. As Vasil examines the hieroglyphics covering the walls, he finds offering formulas showing the king presenting gifts to Anubis, the god of mummification. There are jars for storing oils, legs of beef for the deceased to consume in the afterlife. Every image you see held magical power for ancient Egyptians. If something was depicted on the wall, it became real in the next world. And here's what will amaze you. At the end of one inscription, Vasil discovers the name. The tomb belongs to Sabi, a priest and scribe who served the pharaoh. By speaking his name aloud after 4,000 years of silence, we've just brought him back to life, exactly as the ancient Egyptians intended. But the puzzling question is, will anyone speak our names in the year 6000? Probably not. Yet here we stand, giving immortality to a modest priest who lived and died millennia ago. This is the ultimate victory over death that the ancient Egyptians sought. As excavation continues, debris accumulated on what remains of the collapsed ceiling must be carefully removed. Hidden in this rubble, extraordinary objects begin to emerge. A small painted stone lid appears first, then something even more exceptional. It's a complete wooden statue, and discoveries like this are incredibly rare. You see, wood survives thousands of years only in perfectly sealed locations. Otherwise, it simply rots away into dust. Unfortunately, looters violated this tomb in ancient times, damaging the statue's upper body. The head is completely gone. Did thieves deliberately destroy it? Absolutely. They feared that if the deceased could see them, he might report their crimes to Osiris, judge of the dead. Even ancient tomb robbers worried about their own afterlife. Recent excavations have revealed something incredible about the scale of tomb robbery throughout Egyptian history. It wasn't just ancient criminals. Today, modern looters continue threatening Egypt's archaeological heritage. Let me take you deeper into this ongoing crisis. At Saqqara, the vast necropolis near Memphis, Egypt's ancient capital, archaeologist Vasil Dobrev works at one of the holiest sites in the country's history. This is where Egypt's first pyramids were constructed, rising from the desert like stairs to the sun. Ancient Egyptians believed this elevated location brought them closer to their creator god. For over 20 years, Vasil has excavated here, becoming one of the foremost experts on its secrets. The site is packed with tombs built over 4,000 years ago, structures the ancient Egyptians called houses of eternity. But here's what will shock you. All around the excavation site, evidence of recent looting is everywhere. Inspector Abdo points out dozens of holes dug by thieves searching for treasure. In some places, looters even used excavators, creating massive craters in the hillside. They systematically broke through rock until they discovered ancient burial chambers, then swept away everything inside. Who are these criminals? Often they're local villagers from the nearby palm grove, driven by dreams of instant wealth. The situation became critical after Egypt's revolution in 2011, when chaos provided cover for unprecedented looting. Some villagers even constructed fake tombs in the ancient cemetery, building walls and roofs that concealed illegal excavations beneath. From outside, these look like legitimate burial structures. Inside, thieves dig secretly, hoping to strike archaeological gold. One small statue that fits in your pocket could sell for millions. This is what everyone in Egypt believes today. Discover with me what happened when police raided one such operation. 20 heavily armed officers prepared for a nighttime raid, tipped off by an informant about suspicious activity in a house on the edge of the Saqqara plateau. Inside a small grocery store, they found an elderly man praying. He insisted the house wasn't his, but police discovered something extraordinary in the back bedroom. A well had been dug directly through the floor, a completely illegal excavation hidden in plain sight. Metal cylinders held up the walls to prevent collapse. According to police intelligence, the diggers reached the door of an ancient temple before groundwater flooded in and their pump broke. Unable to afford a second pump, they tried selling the house as is for £20 million, over €2 million. Gold fever has truly infected residents near pharaonic sites. Now let's move to the heart of Cairo, where even museums became targets during the revolution. Tahrir Square, famous worldwide as the epicenter of Egypt's uprising, nearly witnessed the destruction of the country's most valuable assets. The Egyptian Museum of Antiquities, built in 1902 by a French architect, houses Egypt's most beautiful treasures, including the legendary collection of Tutankhamun. In January 2011, the museum found itself in the revolution's crossfire. As night fell and chaos erupted, Film director Khaled Youssef witnessed looters robbing a bank next to the museum. He went on live television with an urgent warning. If thieves could loot a bank, they could loot the museum. He begged the army to come immediately. What we'll discover now will amaze you. Thousands of ordinary Egyptians responded to his call, forming a human chain around the museum. For 14 days, volunteers took turns standing guard, defying curfew orders to protect their heritage. But some looters still got through. Using telephone cables, they climbed onto the roof and dropped through broken windows. They stole 52 high-value pieces, including gilded wooden statues later found broken into pieces. Remarkably, a simple chain lock was all that stood between the thieves and Tutankhamun's famous funeral mask, 11 kilograms of pure gold and semi-precious stones. Imagine what the world would think if that mask, over 3,000 years old, had disappeared. How could Egypt justify to humanity its failure to protect such an important masterpiece? To safeguard its archaeological heritage, Egypt launched a massive project. Every week, a convoy leaves the Cairo Museum under tight surveillance, carrying pharaonic artifacts in sealed boxes. Dozens of police officers in unmarked cars escort these treasures to their new home, the Grand Egyptian Museum, currently under construction in Cairo's suburbs. This billion-euro project will become the world's largest archaeology museum, a 600-metre-long concrete fortress at the foot of the Giza pyramids. Inside this ultra-secure facility, the most modern conservation laboratories in the country work tirelessly. Air quality is constantly monitored to prevent damage. Here we find one of Pharaoh Tutankhamun's beds, made of wood and covered with gold, requiring dozens of restoration hours before display. These are organic materials. Wood and natural fibres approximately 3,500 years old, sometimes in critical condition. Specialists work to extend their lifespan and prepare them for future exhibition. But here's the mystery that baffled experts. This bed that the pharaoh probably slept on has never been shown to the public until now. The Grand Museum promises to immerse visitors in Tutankhamun's intimate world with linen, clothing and undergarments that belong to him. For the first time, all 4,500 objects found in his tomb will be displayed together. Until now, the public knew only about 1/3 of what was discovered. In the museum's most secure room, thousands of objects never before shown to the public are stored, shedding new light on Tutankhamun's daily life over 3,000 years ago. There's furniture, miniature funeral gardens, shopping boxes, and even different types of fruits and seeds in an astonishing state of preservation. The manufacturing technique of his royal sandals exceeds the perfection of any sandals made today with industrial machines. This tells us something profound about ancient Egyptian craftsmanship and their obsession with perfection, even in everyday objects. So, what do you think about these incredible discoveries? How did ancient Egyptians achieve such remarkable preservation and artistic mastery? Join our archaeological journey and share your theories with us in the comments below. In the next episode, we'll travel to another fascinating destination, exploring more mysteries that continue to puzzle researchers today. Until then, keep exploring,